Good morning students. In the last class we discussed about angiosperms, the flowering plants. Under that we reached up to male gametophyte, female gametophyte. The male gametophyte is a pollen grain, the microspore, and the female gametophyte is embryo sac, which is produced inside the ovule. The same thing in the case of angiosperms, life cycle of angiosperms. I will explain with the diagrams. Observe, this is a angiosperm plant. So angiosperm plants are sporophytes, diploid they are. They produce certain specialized structures known as flowers. Produce specialized structure known as flowers. Flowers are the reproductive structures of the plant. Flowers possess male part, female part. The male part is stamen. Male part is stamen. This is stamen. Stamen is with a filament, the stalk and anther lobes. Stamen. Anther lobe internally contain microsporangium. Anther lobes internally contain microsporangium. So this microsporangium undergoes meiosis and produce microspores. Undergo meiosis and produce microspores. This much we studied already in the last class. So flowers are the reproductive structures of the plant. Flower possesses male sex organ, female sex organ. The male sex organ is stamen. Stamen is with the filament and anther lobe. Filament and anther lobe. Anther lobes internally contain microsporangium, which in turn produce the microspores. So what are microspores? Are also called pollen grains. Microspores, pollen grains are the male gametophytes, the structures which later can produce the male gametes. Now concentrate on female. Female part is carpel or pistil. Female part is carpel or pistil. So this is a carpel which is with the swollen part, the ovary. The swollen part, the ovary. This is not the ovary. This is ovary and internally ovule. Okay. Ovary, style and stigma. A carpel is with ovary, style and stigma. Ovary internally is with ovule. So what is ovule? Megasporangium. Ovule is megasporangium. See, megasporangium. Ovule is megasporangium. One single cell of the ovule, that is ovule internally contain nucellus. One single cell of the nucellus which behaves like megaspore mother cell undergo meiosis and produce 4 megaspores, which among them 3 degenerate, one become functional, one become functional. The functional megaspore later behaves like female gametophyte, which is the embryo sac. Now the megasporangium, what is megasporangium? That itself is ovule. Megasporangium itself is ovule. One single cell of the ovule, that is ovule internally contain nucellus. One single cell of the nucellus undergo meiosis. 4 megaspores are produced. Among them 3 degenerate, one become functional. The functional one so produced is haploid. So produced is haploid, and that is the female gametophyte, that is this, which I explained in the last class also. This is the embryo sac. Embryo sac. Now where is this embryo sac? Embryo sac is inside the ovule. Embryo sac is inside the ovule. Embryo sac consists of haploid nuclei. All the nuclei are haploid. All the nuclei are haploid. These 3 cells are called antipodal cells. This entire one is called egg apparatus. Centrally the egg cell, and on either side of the egg cell are the 2 synergids, and here these 2 I called already as polar nuclei. So these 3 are called antipodal cells. Antipodal cells, egg apparatus with the central egg cell and 2 synergids, and a central big cell with 2 haploid nuclei which are called polar nuclei. Next process is what? Now the pollen grains which are carried by various agents or various agencies. This is a single pollen grain which is with the 2 nuclei. starts to germinate. When this pollen grain, which is carried by wind, comes and sits over the stigma. Receptive stigma we say. This pollen grains comes and sits over the stigma. There it starts to germinate like this. A germ tube is produced. This is the pollen tube. It starts to germinate. The same pollen grain, which is the male gametophyte, it starts to germinate. Pollen grain starts to germinate. Where this germination? This germination is on the surface of the stigma. This pollen tube passes through the style and finally reaches the ovule. Enters into the ovule and finally reaches the embryo sac. Yes, the pollen grain, the male gametophyte, pollen grain is the male gametophyte, have the capacity to produce the male gametes. Yes, pollen grain, the male gametophyte, have the capacity to produce the gamete. One pollen grain produces two male gametes. See, the pollen tube carries the gametes, which are the male gametes. One pollen grain produces two male gametes. The pollen grain germinates on the stigma. This pollen tube passes through the style and finally reaches the ovule and enters the ovule and reaches the embryo sac. Finally pierces the wall of embryo sac and comes in and discharges the two male gametes. Now observe, these two male gametes are now inside. What is this? These are two polar nuclei. Both the nuclei are haploid. N plus N. They fuse resulting in a 2N condition. Which is called secondary nucleus. Now the ploidy of secondary nucleus is 2N. Now the two male gametes. See, where are the male gametes? These are the male gametes. These male gametes are discharged inside. So now this pollen tube is without male gametes. Right? They are discharged into the embryo sac. Next is what? One of the male gamete fuses with the egg. Male gamete, egg. What is egg? Egg is the female gamete. One of the male gamete fuses with the egg is called syngamy. So what is syngamy? Syn is fusion. Fusion of gametes is syngamy. So one male gamete, this one fuses with this. This one fuses with this. One of the male gamete fuses with the egg. Other fuses with this. Okay, first we will see this. Syngamy occurs. So what is syngamy? Fusion of gametes. One of the male gamete fuses with the egg. What is this? Okay, other gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus. What is the ploidy of the secondary nucleus? 2N plus N. That is male gamete, haploid. It produces 3N condition. 2N plus N, 3N. Now the secondary nucleus changes into 3N condition, triploid condition, which is called primary endosperm nucleus. What is this? Now the 2N condition changes into 3N. How? Two male gametes are discharged into the embryo sac. One fuses with the egg, syngamy. Another fuses with the secondary nucleus. Egg now changed into zygote. The secondary nucleus changed into primary endosperm nucleus. Later one more concept comes inside, endosperm. At that time this concept will be clear. So now the 3N condition, triploid, haploid, diploid, and one more 3N is triploid. The 2N condition, secondary nucleus, now changes into primary endosperm nucleus. Now, one pollen grain produces two male gametes. One fuses with the egg, another fuses with the secondary nucleus. So this type of fertilization is called double fertilization. fertilization. Double fertilization or double fusion we can say. Double fusion. Fusion is double. Double fusion. We can see double fertilization or we can say triple fusion also. These are the terms which are familiar only in angiosperms. Double fertilization. Okay, one of the male gamete fuses with the egg, another one fuses with the secondary nucleus. So we can say double fusion or double fertilization followed by triple fusion. Double fertilization followed by triple fusion, which is a condition which is unique to angiosperms. So since pollen grain produce two gametes, one fuses with the egg and changes the egg into zygote, another fuses with the secondary nucleus and convert the secondary nucleus into 3N condition, which is called triploid nucleus. Triploid condition, which is primary endosperm nucleus. It is double fusion. It is double fusion. One gamete fuses with the egg, another fuses with the secondary nucleus is double fusion, which is a unique character, which is the characteristic feature of only angiosperms. Now again concentrate on the egg. Now the egg changes into zygote. Egg changes into zygote. Egg is haploid, male gamete is haploid. Now the zygote produced is diploid. Egg changes into zygote. Egg changes into zygote. What is zygote? Zygote grows and become embryo. Zygote grows and become embryo. So zygote grows and become embryo. Embryo is with cotyledons. Few embryos are with one cotyledon, others are with two cotyledons. I already told in angiosperm there are two classes, dicotyledons and monocotyledons. Dicotyledon seeds with two cotyledons, monocotyledon seeds with one cotyledon, like that. Now the egg changed into zygote, zygote grows and become embryo. Where all these changes occur? All these changes occur inside the ovule. So when egg changes into zygote and zygote grows become embryo, what happens to the ovule? What happens to the ovule? Ovule changes into seed. At the same time, when egg changes into zygote, zygote grows and become embryo, what happens to the secondary nucleus? Secondary nucleus. What happens to the secondary nucleus? Now secondary nucleus is already primary endosperm nucleus. This primary nucleus changes into endosperm. Primary nucleus changes into endosperm. Yes. Egg changes into zygote. Zygote grows and become embryo. At the same time, secondary nucleus changes into primary endosperm nucleus. That primary endosperm nucleus now changes into endosperm. This endosperm provides nourishment to the growing embryo. So this embryo for its growth require energy, nutrients. The nutrients come from endosperm. So what is endosperm? Endosperm supplies nourishment. This endosperm now supplies nourishment to the growing embryo. Yes, primary endosperm nucleus now changes into endosperm, and that endosperm provides nourishment to the growing embryo. What happens to the antipodal cells and synergids? After the process of fertilization, the antipodal cells and synergids degenerate, lost. All those degenerate. Now all these events occur when inside the ovule. When egg changes into embryo and secondary nucleus changes into endosperm, what happens to the ovule? Ovule changes into seed. What happens to the ovary? Ovary changes into fruit. Ovary changes into fruit. Like this. Say zygote grows and become embryo, and now the ovule changed into seed. Ovary changed into fruit. From that seed again the sporophyte plant body is produced. So what is zygote? Diploid, formed by the fusion of two gametes. This later give rise to the diploid sporophyte. That is the life cycle of an angiosperm. Again in short, produce flowers, male part, female part. Male gametophyte is microspore, female gametophyte is one which is inside the ovule. Yes, microspore germinates on the stigma. Pollen tube enters into the embryo sac. What is embryo sac? Female gametophyte. Discharges the gametes. One fuses with the egg, another fuses with the secondary nucleus. Egg is changed into zygote. This is the zygote. Zygote grows and become embryo. Secondary nucleus changes into primary endosperm nucleus, which changes into endosperm. When all these changes occurs, ovule changes into seed, ovary changes into fruit. Ovule changes into seed and ovary changes into fruit. Yes, that is about angiosperms. We started angiosperms as the largest group which occur in various habitats, smallest, largest, class, note on flower, female gametophyte, male gametophyte, how the pollination occurs. Pollination occurs by various agents or agencies. Pollen grain come and sit on the stigma, then it germinates, then all these formation of seed and formation of fruit. The antipodal cells and the synergids degenerate after the process of fertilization. Endosperm supplies nourishment, nutrients to the, and nourishes the growing embryo. Embryo gets nutritional requirements from the endosperm. Okay. Continuation. Plant life cycle and alternation of generation. Now in the case of pteridophytes, gymnosperms, we studied pteridophytes, bryophytes, angiosperms. We studied members show alternation of generation. There are two phases in the life cycle. One is gamete producing phase, another one is spore producing phase. Gametophyte phase and sporophyte phase. Sporophyte phase. Yes, all sexually reproducing plants show alternation of generation. Alternation of generation. All sexually reproducing plants show alternation of generation. Means what? In plants we see haploid plant body. For example, in the case of bryophytes, how the plant body is? Dominant phase is gametophyte. So in plants we see haploid plant body, where in the case of bryophytes we see haploid plant body. Haploid plant body, and which is haploid plant body in the case of bryophyte, it is a gametophyte. Similarly in plants we see diploid plant body also. Sporophyte is a diploid plant body, which is the dominant phase in the case of pteridophytes, which is the dominant phase in the case of sporophyte. So in plants we see gametophyte phase, sporophyte phase, haploid phase and diploid phase. Well, the same thing I will explain in the form of schematic representation. Recall a gametophyte. So what is a gametophyte? In the case of bryophyte, gamete producing stage of life cycle is called gametophyte, which is haploid plant body. This haploid plant body produce gametes. These gametes fuse and produce zygote. So up to here it is haploid everything. Now fuse, the gametes fuse and results in the structure of a diploid cell, the zygote. This zygote undergoes mitosis. And produce a diploid structure, the sporophyte. Now this is diploid. This produces spores which are haploid by the process of meiosis. Sporophyte by meiosis produce haploid spores. These spores on falling on a suitable substratum germinate, and by mitosis they give gametophyte. So a member which is sexually reproducing plant show one phase this. What is that? Gametophyte phase. Another phase is this, sporophyte phase. Means what? Gametophyte gives sporophyte, again sporophyte gives gametophyte. So members show two stages in their life cycle. Gametophytic phase alternates with the sporophytic phase. Sporophytic phase again alternates with the gametophytic phase. like that. So that is plant life cycle and alternation of generation. What is that? All sexually reproducing plants show alternation of generation. All sexually reproducing plants show alternation of generation. There are two stages, gametophyte stage, sporophyte stage. In plants we see haploid plant body, at the same time we see diploid plant body. Two plant bodies are seen, haploid plant body, few plant bodies are haploid. If in the case of bryophytes, the plant body what we see, they are haploid. In the case of pteridophytes, the dominant phase, the plant body what we see is sporophyte. So haploid cells and diploid cells both are seen. Same thing, see the gametophyte. Here the gametophyte is what? The plant body which is haploid. This haploid plant body produce gametes. Haploid plant body produce gametes. The gametes produced are haploid. Both the gametes. Gametophyte produce gametes. Recall in the case of bryophytes, I told the male and the female sex organ, antheridium and archegonium. Antheridium produces antherozoids and archegonium produces egg. Yes, antherozoids in a thin film of water swim, come closer to the archegonium, fuses with the egg and forms a zygote. Where is zygote? Zygote is in the archegonium. Egg now changed into zygote. This undergo division, mitosis, and results in a sporophyte. In the case of higher bryophytes, I told sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule, like that. In that, the capsule part, some cells of the capsule undergo meiosis, only the capsule part. Some cells of the capsule undergo meiosis and produce spores which are haploid. These spores fall on a suitable substratum. By mitosis, they give haploid plants, the gametophytes. So different patterns of life cycle are seen in angiosperms. Mainly three types of life cycles are seen in angiosperms. That is, depending upon which phase is dominant. Gametophyte is dominant, sporophyte is dominant, bryophytes, pteridophytes, like that. Depending upon which is the major phase, which is the photosynthetic, which is the dominant phase, we can divide the life cycles of different plants into three groups. These are the three: haplontic life cycle, diplontic life cycle and haplodiplontic life cycle. Haplontic life cycle, diplontic life cycle and haplodiplontic. See, name itself says, what is haplontic? Haplontic. Major phase is haploid. Gametophyte is the dominant stage. Major phase is haploid. So the name haplontic. Very small stage, one-celled stage maybe is diploid and it is not independent also, like that. Major phase is haploid. Major in the entire life cycle, major phase is haploid, very small diploid is haplontic. Diplontic, major phase is diploid and small phase is haploid. This shows almost equal haplontic and diplontic life cycle. Yes. So we studied what is alternation of generation. Sexually reproducing plants show two stages in their life cycle, gametophyte and sporophyte. Gametophyte produce gametes. Gametes fuse, results in the formation of sporophyte. Sporophyte undergo meiosis. Sporophyte is diploid. Sporophyte undergo meiosis and produce haploid spores which on germination give gametophyte. So members show two stages. Depending upon how much duration this phase, life cycles of different plants are divided into three groups: haplontic life cycle, diplontic life cycle and haplodiplontic life cycle. continuation, we'll see one of the life cycle. This is one of the life cycle which I called among the three types first one. So what is first one? Haplontic life cycle is first one. Haplontic. Major phase is haploid. Yes, you can see this is a small phase, small part, and this is the major part. This small part is diploid. This major part is haploid. See, from here to here, if I draw a circle like this, if I draw a circle like this, see, like this, this much is diploid part, whereas this much is haploid part, haploid, diploid. So, major part, consider this entire as a life cycle. In the entire life cycle, only small duration is diploid, major duration is haploid. So, the name haplontic. So, the name haplontic life cycle. Haplontic life cycle seen in all these three algae are example for haplontic life cycle. So, haplontic life cycle are seen in algae, Spiro, Gyra, Volvox and Chlamydomonas. So, what is this? Small diploid, major haploid. We will see this, how it is small diploid, major haploid. See, this is the gametophyte phase which is haploid. So, from here, starting from here up to here is a haploid phase, and it is called gametophyte. What is that? This is the dominant phase. In these algae, this is the dominant phase, this is the photosynthetic phase. Means this phase is photosynthetic, means autotrophic, is not dependent upon the sporophyte, and this is the dominant phase. So, from here up to here is the dominant phase, which is the photosynthetic phase, which is gametophyte, which is haploid. This gametophyte, by the process of gametogenesis is generation of gametes, produces gametes. So, gametophyte by gametogenesis process produce gametes. What are gametes? Gametes produced are haploid. These haploid gametes fuse, male gamete, female gamete, fuse, syngamy, fusion of gametes. So, what is fusion of gametes? Directly fusion of gametes means 2n condition. What is 2n? Zygote, 2n. So, this is a very small stage, 2n. Zygote, only the zygote is 2n. This zygote soon after its formation undergo meiosis. Zygote soon after its formation undergo meiosis. Say meiosis. So, up to here 2n. After syngamy 2n, up to here it is 2n. So, 2n condition is only this much. Only this much is the 2n condition. Second meiosis, after that all the spores produced are haploid. And those haploid spores on mitosis give rise to the gametophyte. Now, what is the difference between the gametophyte and the sporophyte? The gametophyte, dominant, photosynthetic, free living. What about the sporophyte? Now, this diploid structure is the sporophyte. Is not free living, very small, diploid, one celled. It is one celled, not free living in the sense it is dependent on the gametophyte. Where is this zygote? Zygote is in the archegonium, or we can say zygote is inside the female sex organ, inside the ovary, we can say in angiosperms, like that. So, this is not free living, whereas this is free living, and this is the dominant and this is the photosynthetic. So, plant body, what we see in nature, all these algae, what we see are gametophytes, gamete producing one. So, from here to here is the gametophytic phase, only a small one-celled stage. What is that? One-celled stage, the zygote is not free living. It is dependent upon the gametophyte, is the sporophyte, which is diploid. Since major phase is gametophyte, very small phase is sporophyte, This is called haplontic life cycle. Haplontic life cycle. So in different plant groups we see three types of life cycles: haplontic, diplontic, haplodiplontic. So what is haplontic? Major phase is haploid. Major phase is haploid. Seen in three algae: Spirogyra, Volvox, Chlamydomonas. Major phase is haploid. Which is the major phase? The major phase is the gametophyte phase. Major phase is the gametophyte phase. How is that gametophyte phase? Is dominant. Major phase is dominant. Is photosynthetic. And it is free living. This free living gametophyte is haploid. This, by the process of gametogenesis, produce gametes. These gametes fuse and results in the formation of a structure known as zygote. This produces a structure known as zygote. What is this zygote now? Zygote is the sporophyte. And this sporophyte is what? This sporophyte is one-celled. It is one-celled. And it is not free living. It is dependent upon the gametophyte for its nutrition. This zygote undergo meiosis. And produces 4 haploid spores. 4 haploid spores. These on germination produces the haploid gametophyte. Since the major phase is haploid, it is called haplontic life cycle. So 2 more are remaining: diplontic and haplontic life cycle, that will continue in the next class. Recall in short what we studied in today's class. So continuation of angiosperms. First we studied continuation of angiosperm. Flowering plants, angiosperms. Flower is the reproductive structure. Flower produces stamen and pistil. Stamen produces microspores. Pistil produces megasporangium, the ovule. Ovule internally with the embryo sac, the female gametophyte. Pollen grains, the microspores, are the male gametophytes, which later produces the male gametes. Ovule internally with the embryo sac. Recall in short. The process of pollination brings the pollen grains to the surface of the stigma. Pollen grains germinate on the stigma. Pollen tube passes through the style and finally reaches the embryo sac. Discharges the 2 male gametes. One of the male gametes fuses with the egg and changes the egg into zygote. Zygote grows and becomes embryo. The secondary nucleus plus one of the male gamete results in primary endosperm nucleus, which supplies nourishment to the growing embryo. Embryo may be with 1 cotyledon or may be with 2 cotyledons. In monocots it is with 1 cotyledon. In the case of dicots it is with the 2 cotyledons. Double fusion occurs. Fusion of male gamete and the female gamete is called a syngamy. After these changes, that is zygote grows and become embryo. At the time, ovule changes into seed, ovary changes into fruit. Ovule changes into seed and ovary changes into fruit. That seed on germination give rise to the sporophyte. Sexually reproducing plants show alternation of generation. In some plants the plant body is haploid, in others the plant body is diploid. Members show alternation of generation, which I explained from this representation. Gametophyte, the plant body, produce gametes. Gametes fuse results in zygote. Zygote grows and becomes sporophyte, undergo meiosis and give rise to the gametophyte. Three different patterns of life cycle are seen. haplontic life cycle, diplontic life cycle and haplodiplontic life cycle. Haplontic, major phase is haploid. Major phase is haploid, which we studied in the case of algae, volvox, Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. Major phase is haploid, very small is diploid. Yes, the major phase is haploid, the gametophyte, which is dominant, photosynthetic, free living, produces gametes. The gametes produced on fusion results in zygote, which is one-celled, not free living. That itself is the sporophyte. That itself is the sporophyte. Undergo meiosis and produce haploid spores. These haploid spores, on falling on a suitable substratum, germinate and give rise to the gametophyte. So this is a small stage, one-celled stage, small, not free living. Major phase is haploid, large phase and dominant, photosynthetic and free living one. Because of that, this cycle got the name haplontic life cycle, seen in Spirogyra, volvox, Chlamydomonas. So two more cycles are remaining. They are diplontic and haplodiplontic. Diplontic. Compared to this, diplontic is exactly opposite. Major phase is diploid, very small phase is haploid. In third, 50-50. The entire cycle is divided into 50% haploid, 50% diploid phase. Okay, that will continue in the next class. Thank you.